My name is Philip T. Newbury. I was born at the Lawrence and Memorial Hospital in New London and raised in Mystic on Church Street. I attended Broadway School, Stonington High School, and on March 23, 1948, I joined the Connecticut National Guard as the United States was rebuilding the armed forces since the country was very low on manpower following World War II. Several of my friends also joined the Guard with me. The unit was Battery A, 238th AAA 90mm Gun Battalion. Other batteries were being formed in Groton, Niantic, and Westbrook, as well as a headquarters in New London. Following the invasion of South Korea by the North Koreans in June of 1950, our battalion and several others in Connecticut and many other states were reserve forces were called up. Our unit, Battery A, was federalized on August 14, 1950, as part of the U.S. Army, and we were comprised of 3 officers, 1 warrant officer, and 104 enlisted men. Many from Mystic and the surrounding areas, including Rhode Island. Following a year of advanced training in Georgia, our unit and many others were sent overseas. Our destination, we were told, was the southern island of Kyushu in Japan to establish an anti-aircraft perimeter defense for the Itazuki Air Force Base. F-86 Sabre jets were stationed at Itazuki and flying to Korea daily in support of the U.S. and other United Nations forces. Fortunately, we were never attacked, and in May of 1952, the bulk of our people were returned to the States. Upon our return and separation from the active Army, our unit was placed back in the state of Connecticut control. Some of our members were offered the opportunity to apply for commissions in the Connecticut National Guard, and a few, my brother and I included, were promoted to second lieutenant in August 1952. I served in various positions, and after attending officer basic course at Fort Bliss in El Paso, Texas, in 1954, I was chosen to serve as a commander of that same unit, Battery A of the 238th AAA Gun Battalion. Following promotion to captain, I was assigned to battalion headquarters in New London, and much later was promoted to major in the 192nd Engineer Battalion. I remained in the National Guard, serving in both Connecticut and Rhode Island, and after more than 20 years, I retired. I am proud to have served my country and feel that all able-bodied persons should serve in some capacity, be it the military, the Peace Corps, or some other agency of the United States. Thank you, and may God bless America.
Thank you. Can you share a little bit about how your parents and siblings felt when you joined the service?
Well, the night that I joined in 1948, several of us were downtown in Mystic, and they said that there was a recruiting going on at the Oddfellows Hall as they were forming a National Guard unit. So several of my friends and I went down, and some of us enlisted that night. My serial number was the fourth of that particular unit. When I got home that night, as usual, I had to go in and report to my family, who happened to be in bed at the time. And when I announced that I had joined the National Guard, they popped up and were kind of concerned, but I reassured them that it would be with other members of the community, and eventually I talked my brother into joining the unit, and that sort of pacified my parents. They seemed to be reasonably happy at that point. And then, as I say, we were activated in 1950 for the Korean War.
What would you say was the hardest part of the military lifestyle for you to adapt to?
Well, the biggest thing, I think, was being in 8-man squad tents for a very high percentage of the time we were in the military, including when we were in Japan. But other than that, I didn't have too much trouble. I had been in the Boy Scouts, and just seemed like a natural thing. Not too concerned about living quarters. Food was edible.
How were you received by family and community upon your return?
At that particular time, it was accepted very well, the fact that we had been off, and fortunately we didn't serve in combat. So things were really quite normal when we came home, unlike the Vietnam War, that those poor fellows that served in Vietnam were not received well at all in this country, and that's a sad chapter in our life.
Did you join any veterans organizations upon your return?
I did. I was a member of and still am, a life member of the VFW Hugo A. Simonelli Post 3264 in Mystic, and served as quartermaster for 3 years. Other than that, no other military organizations.
What are some life lessons that you learned from your military service, and what do you wish more people knew about veterans?
Well, I think the big thing was to supplement the numbers in our unit. When we were in Georgia training, we had draftees from pretty much different parts of the country. I remember fellows from Texas, Ohio, Oregon, and Washington State. And so you got to appreciate what goes on in other parts of the United States. These were very nice fellows. There was no animosity, and they fit right into our unit very, very nicely.
What message would you like to leave for future generations who will view or hear this interview?
Well, as I said earlier in my opening remarks, I think that we should have some type of, be it universal military training or something of that nature, Peace Corps, where people go out to various parts of the world and learn about other countries, what they have, what they don't have, and you really find an appreciation for what we have in this country. And I don't think today a lot of people realize how very, very fortunate all of us here in the United States are.
Is there anything else that you would like to add that we haven't covered?
No, I think I've covered it pretty well. I thank you for the opportunity, and I'm so happy that they're finally putting that memorial up at the police station in Pawcatuck. Thank you very much.